Hello fellow racers, it's your boy Vexed again, and we finally made it. So we are here on the final round of the Ultimate Racing League GT2 Endurance Series. And what Endurance Series would be complete without the Nordschleife? So we are here, we are at the Nordschleife, at the Green Hell for 12.46 miles of mayhem. I was kind of hoping we were going to get a bit of a better grid for this final race. Some people genuinely couldn't make it for genuine reasons. Some people are just weak. But without further ado, let's have a look at the grid. We got Wayne G is on pole. We got Toten in second place. We got Vexed in third. Skull Sport is a newcomer. He's in fourth. Flash Mexi is in fifth. And Brian Moncani is bringing up the rear in sixth. So without further ado, let's get into it. And it is a rolling start, as it has been for the Friday night endurance. There's the klaxon. And I do believe they're off around this corner. Oh no, here it comes again. We're going to have to klaxon again. Then we go second klaxon. Why not? It's the end of the season, so... Wayne G's going to be starting to try and extend that lead. He's in first place at the moment. He's got Toten close behind him. Vexed as well in the mix there. Not too far off the back of these front two. It looks like the front three are actually starting to pull away from the rest of the pack slightly. Although no, it actually does look like there is quite an even gap between them all, so... A Skull Sport there, our newcomer. Flown over all the way from... Oh no, actually, no, we flew over to Germany. He's actually... This is his hometown, so... Yeah, see if he can show us what's what. Sure, he'll be showing us the sights as we go around the Nordschleife. I haven't got my track corner list in front of me, so I won't be rattling off the corners. There's a few that I know the names off by heart. Obviously being... Someone will probably call me out in it for the comments, but I think it's 136 corners to this track. So yeah, it's a lot of corners to remember. Oh, it's Brian Moncani. It looked like he had a massive lag spike. He was right up on the back of Flash Mexi and Skull Sport, but he's gone back to the future. Or future to the back. Either way, he seems to have dropped off the back of him at the moment. So we have currently got Wayne G. Wayne G is currently in first place. We're going to go on board. Watch Toten chasing him down in that rear view. These guys probably going to be doing their utmost to just try and keep it a nice, clean and consistent lap. Obviously with the nature of the track, if you dip a wheel off, then you tend to go for a little vacation like Stealth has and not come back for a few weeks. Nicely around that last turn as Wayne. This is down to third. Down to second in the Ferrari, so back up to third. Down to second again for this corner. Going to come on to the tight, windy technical section now. One of my favourite parts of this track. Toten is closing right up onto the back of him around this sharp left turn. Sometimes having to drop it down into first to get that rotation and back up to second, and then banging it back up through the gears, probably back up to about fifth until they have to brake again for this turn. Down to third. I'd have probably kept it in third through there, but going up to fourth and then back down to third is also an option. First and second place are now starting to try and gap Vex slightly. Vex is still there though, he's still trying to chase him down. He's had some really consistent qualifiers all season, but as we've seen, he seems to fall apart during the race, does Vex, but I think it's the nature of these cars. You don't seem to see him make a lot of mistakes in the GT3, so I think it is the nature of these road cars. They're not running as much downforce and stuff as the GT3s and the GT4s are, so caught him out on more than one occasion. Flash in the Corvette. Flash has had a pretty good season all season, to be fair. He's had some solid strategies, had some solid results, so I think he'll be happy with how his season's gone. I think it's safe to say that Toten is the overall winner. I haven't actually got the statistics to hand to be able to give you a rundown of how everybody finished. Although I should check and see if we've got the got a standings board. So we're on board with the second of the two Porsches. Skull Sport opting for the mediums for his first stint. Obviously the racers only have to run the mediums for a minimum of 20 minutes. Warren Moncani actually started to catch up to the back of him as well. These two were right up with Flash, so I think they've dropped off the back of Flash slightly. I think Skull Sport having a slight incident, and obviously Moncani having his time travel issues. Moncani also having a very solid season. I think he won the last race, I think it was, at Suzuka. Oh, he has a moment, he's at Barrier. He's had that meeting with Barrier. He's heard about him, he's heard everyone else is going to meet him, so he thought he'd go and meet him for himself. And yeah, not really sure what happened there, but he's still going. Oh, as he has another moment. He's off again. Back on board with Wayne G. Wayne G is our race leader still currently. Absolutely thrashing the hind wheels off of that Ferrari F430. I know he was saying it was lacking in the top end, so as it does look like Toten is going to breeze past him, and he has. So Toten's taken up that first place for a minute. See if Wayne can manage to retake that position, or is Toten going to drive away with it now? This seems to be how the season's gone most of the time. Toten he'll take up that first position, and then he disappears off into the distance. No one really able to keep up with him, but Wayne is doing his best at the moment. Too fast for Hughes. Trying his utmost to stay on the back of Gabby. As you can see, Gabby's starting to gap it a little bit already. Proving how fast that Corvette is. Wadey G has still got Vexed in his mirrors, so Vexed is still firmly behind him at this minute. Not close enough to go for a move, but he's definitely going to be showing Wayne G the nose of that Porsche and making him know that he's there. Or letting him know that he's there, should we say. No, it looks like Vex actually kind of dropped off the back now, so maybe Vex had a slight error through one of them last turns. Has cost him a couple of hundredths of a second, and I think that gap's opened up to about a second now, maybe even a second and a half. Quite an even gap between these top three at the moment. Obviously only coming up to 10 minutes into this race. Look like Vex Porsche nearly taking off there. I know we did say he was struggling with it, becoming a little bit unsettled through some of the hills when the road drops away in front of you. The car wanted to lift. Obviously the nature of these road cars, not as much downforce as the GT3s or some of the other classes of car. Running the bigger spoiler on the back to give it the maximum rear downforce. Obviously not as much aero on the front of these cars as there is on some of the pure race bred cars. Beck's doing really well to stay on the back of him though. He's Definitely pushing that Porsche. I think Gabby has. He has. Oh no, he's still there. So Wayne G and Vex are still with Toten for a minute. He's not gapped him just yet. I'm sure he is going to be trying his utmost. Looks like everybody putting in fastest sectors, but I think it is only the second lap, so you would expect that. Flash. Flash actually going for a different strategy this time. I think he's normally opted for the mediums in the first stint. He's actually gone for the softs this time. I think that may be where he's pulled away from Skull Sport and Brian McCartney, as they are both on the mediums, and I think the 3 front runners are also on the softs. So yeah, definitely opting for the softs for his first stint is Flash. He's not quite onto the back of the front runners yet, but he hasn't got too far to go. Here's Skull Sport. Oh, a little bit squirrely through the carousel there. See the suspension going to work on the bumps. And he has, he's gapped Brian McCartney quite substantially now. Brian McCartney only just coming around the carousel there. And we are coming up to Vex's favourite section of the track. Toten actually, yeah, he's started to firmly cement that lead now. He has pulled away from Wayne G, who's not far behind him, but he's got a little bit of work to catch up to him now. Vex has dropped off the back of Wayne G, but he's still up there at the moment. Kind of a weird camera angle there. Looked like they were coming down the hill again. Oh, that Ferrari F430 of Wayne nearly taken off there. And it did there, he got airborne. Caught a bit of air. Still under control though. Does look great coming down that downhill section, doesn't it? Vex almost going a bit wide there. Oh, looking real sketchy through the mini carousel. Still going now. Perhaps he's starting to feel the tyre wear slightly now. Starting to creep in. I think this is where Vex is going to catch the other two. The Porsche beard ever so strong in a straight line. Quite a way off the back of Wayne though, but look, he is. It does look like he's reeling them in. Already up to 185 mile an hour. I think he's going to hit 190 by the time he gets to the bridge. Not quite 190. Oh, he is. Yeah, 190 at the bridge. So he's actually getting up to 194 mile an hour down the back straight until he has to start braking. Almost a bit of a moment there from Vex. He's kept it going now. He's all right for a minute. Flash has caught right up to the front runners now though. He's definitely going to be challenging them for that top 3. He wants to get up there on the podium, and he's not got much to do to try and get there as well. They're not too far down the road. Somebody makes a mistake or has an error in strategy. It looks like Vex may have already made a mistake. He looked like he was going a little bit slow through there. I think maybe He's definitely lost a bit of pace. So that's not a sign of things to come for Vex. The Flash Mexi is firmly in his toe now. He's going to have a huge advantage coming down the front straight in just a second. As they come out, they sweeping right-hander. They will be going up the hill and then down the hill to the hard right-hand turn. The name escapes me. Ugaflugam Shaban Shirlung. Oh, Vex has a massive moment. He's had a massive moment ahead of Flash. I think he lost the rear slightly and he's had a bit of a spin. He's found himself in the gravel. Still going, but there's a bit of damage to the rear of that Porsche. So Flash has made it through the third. He's going to be trying to hunt down second and first now. He may be able to catch up to Wayne G after the pit. We'll have to wait and see. So Vex is now down in fourth. Looks like he's got a bit angry with himself now. His inputs aren't as smooth as they were before, and I think he's starting to drive a bit angry. It's not going to help him though. He's going to end up making more mistakes if he's not careful. And Skull Sport is not far behind him now. So Vex, as I say, he's had some really good qualifying. He's been in the top 3 for most of the sessions and then seems to have fallen apart during the race. It looks like the curse has found him again. Skull Sport looking quite calm and collected in that Porsche now. I think he's just going to be focusing on having a nice clean drive and trying not to put a foot wrong. Brian Moncani's been absolutely on fire through some of the rounds. Late joiner to the series, but he's done really well since he joined. Nice to see the Dodge still representing. Obviously, we originally had Graham Ali and Conrad, I believe it was, in the other Dodge. I think this is the older of the 2 Dodges. Correct me if I'm wrong. And I believe the other 2 lads were in the newer of the 2 Dodges, and I think it was struggling with the top end. Like it just didn't seem to have a lot of top end. And I think they, in the end, they gave up. Which is a shame. I was hoping to see him back, but sometimes that's how it goes. Now we are down to 6 drivers, but this is the final race, the final round of the Ultimate Racing League GT2 Endurance Series. And it has been a good one. There's been some ups and downs, thrills and spills, been some great battles on track. So yeah, Brian now doing what he can to try and catch up to the rest of the pack. He's not got too much work to do. He could still catch him. We've seen how quick he can be on them softs, so I think that's what he's doing. I think he's trying to save as much of the mediums as he can. I think he'll push through the latter stages of the stint as he approaches the 20-minute mark, and then he will be on the softs and he will be flying. As it looks like it's starting to get a little bit grey out there around the Nordschleife. The weather over there somewhat akin to what we have in the UK, very changeable. And as we know, being a 12.46 mile track, it can in fact rain on one side and be sunny on the other, so if we do end up getting some moisture, then that should definitely throw a spanner in the works for the lads. We'll have to see if that happens. So yeah, Toten absolutely flying again. Looks like he's definitely fully recovered now. I know he was a bit under the weather during the last round. I think he was getting over the COVID, and he's absolutely on fire again tonight. Not a lot Wayne really could do to keep with him. He tried to keep with him. I think maybe he might have had a little bit of a mistake somewhere, lost that toe, and that's proved crucial. Toten has now gapped him quite considerably. You can see him there just in the background. And Flash as well. You can actually see Flash just coming under that Armco, the Audi Sport Armco bridge. I'll break down a second gear. I think this is the slowest section of the track. As he comes up to the start finish, he's going to start lap 4. Just past the 20-minute mark. Toten with a fastest lap of a 6:37.095. So about 6.5 minutes a lap. Which is pretty good for these road-going race cars. As I've said before, these are the road-going variations, but they've been tuned up to a GT2 spec by Flash himself. All running 1,250 kilos and 463 brake horsepower, I believe. As we see our first person diving into the pits, as I said, Brian Moncani's dived into the pits. He's going to take on that soft compound of rubber, and I'm sure we're going to see him go to work. And Vex has dropped down to 5th, so I think Vex having another mishap. I think he's starting to feel the tyre wear a bit now and trying to catch back up the Flash, and I think he was pushing a little bit too hard. We've seen how that Porsche can become unsettled through quick changes of direction, and that's probably what's caught Vex out again. Skull Sport, not really put a foot wrong. Trying his utmost to catch up the Flash now, and he's doing a good job. Lap time's a little bit slower than he'd like, I'm sure, but I think you've got to expect to be a little bit slower on the mediums. It'll be interesting to see how quick he is on the softs when he takes that softer compound on. And I think everybody who hasn't pitted already will be pitting after this lap, unless Skull Sport's going to try and run their mediums up to, well, he can run them for as long as he wants, to be honest. He might even do that. He might see how long they last and then dive into the pits, or he might just be waiting to see when everyone else goes in. Oh, he has a bit of a moment there, bit of a moment. Oh, he's gone for a meeting with Barry as well. I guess he's heard about the famous Barry. He's going to go meet Barry R and shake his hand. He's going again now, though. Everybody loves a bit of Barry. Oh, and that's cost him as well. It looks like Vex is starting to catch up to him. Can Vex get past him? Oh, as it looks a little bit out of shape through there. A little bit of that sideways porpoising, bit of the stability from the lobby coming into play. Yeah, you can see the tyres of Vex car is starting to look a little bit worse for wear now. I think through that push and the try and catch Flash again, he's for want of a better word, killed them. I mean, to be fair, they're not even halfway yet, so you shouldn't be feeling it too much. But then these road cars have got different characteristics to the GT3s or the GT4s, so they have made for some very interesting, fun racing. I think everybody's enjoyed this season. Brian Moncani. said, I think he thought he was going to take the softs on and start going to work, and it looks like he is. It's a lovely sounding car, that Dodge. Redlining all the way to 7,000 RPM. So we'll have to see how, if Brian he might even manage to catch up Vex and overtake Vex. I don't know. If Vex has any more instance, then he surely will catch him. Here's Toten, here's your race leader. He's not really put a foot wrong tonight, has he, Gabby? He's absolutely on it. He's on fire. Absolutely going to work in that Corvette. Got a little bit of on board view. Nice panoramic roof. I'm sure that's quite an interesting feeling as you're driving at 180 mile an hour. See what his top speed. So he's getting up to 190 as he comes down the hill. So definitely not the fastest car on track, but he is putting it through its paces and he is making it work. Oh, he's into the pits as well. So got Toten's going into the pits. See if YG, is he going to go into the pits? He's going to answer. Yeah, he's dived into the pits as well. Flash Mexi, is he going to stay in or stay out, or is he going to dive in as well? I think he will be diving in. Look at them softs, they are looking a little bit worse for wear. So this is the second of the two Corvettes. Yep, he's in. A little bit of a tap against the wall there. Skull Sport, is this going to be his time for pitting, or is he going to favour track position and stay out? And yeah, he has. He's gone in. I think Vex is probably going to follow him too. Yeah, Vex is in as well. So Moncani has already pitted. Can he catch up to these guys? Can he overtake them? Be interesting to see. Only just coming under the bridge now. What's that Dodge getting top end as it comes down the hill? 180, 179, 180, so again, not one of the faster cars. It's not the best top end, but still up there. Yeah, so he's not overtaking anyone in the pits, and he's not quite caught up to anyone yet. I think we may have just seen the rear of Vex car go around that last corner though. I think I saw a flash of white. Yeah, there he is. So Vex is ahead of him. Brian is starting to catch him. He may be able to get past him yet. Slowly approaching the 30-minute mark. Over halfway through this race. 21 and a bit minutes remaining. Sure, these guys are going to be sweating now. They've already been driving for half an hour. There was another one of them weird time warp moments from Moncani. Again, as I say, I'm pretty sure it's just the lobby still. I know a lot of people have been saying that the custom lobbies are still quite unstable. They seem a lot better than they did initially, and it's a nice addition, the introduction of the being able to run a qualifying lap and set the grid by host, so that's made all the host life a lot easier. Shout out to the host of this one, Flash Mexi, and big shout to the boss man, Alexander Hutchinson. And for the host of the other leagues, I think we've got Chuck, host of League 1, we've got Mawson hosting League 2, and Stealth hosting League 3 still. So big shout out to the host, big shout out to our other commentators, Ice Chand when he can make it, not Flash Mexi, URL Paulie. You can check out URL Paulie's racing channel as well. I think it's Paulie 78's racing channel, and also Ian. My mind's gone blank again, Ian. URL Firepower. If you look for Ultimate Racing League, URL Ultimate Racing League in YouTube, you'll be sure to find the page and you'll be able to watch Ian's commentaries there. It'd be nice to have Flashback doing some commentaries again, as we all know he has a habit of making everyone laugh. He's got an infectious laugh, as Chan. Here's Wayne G. Wayne G still absolutely thrashing the nuts off of that F430. He's trying his best to catch up to Gabby, but Gabby he's gone. Wayne comes around the carousel, looking nice and smooth, committed. Don't think he's really put a foot wrong tonight, to be fair, as Wayne. I've not seen him have a spin. We may have missed him dip a wheel off. I think that was how he ended up losing Gabby in the end. But it happens when you're on the limit. It's just the nature of this track as well. Not a lot of room for error. As we see Flash, he's just picked up a 3-second penalty, so I'm guessing he must have crossed crossed the pit line as he came out of the pit exit, unless he's absolutely abused some of the apexes. But I'm pretty sure it was the pit exit. I think it caught Vex out as well. We'll have a look in just a second. So yeah, Flash is in third. So we got Tote in his first place still. Wayne G is second place. We got Flash in third place. Skull Sport is here, currently in fourth. Great little outing here from Skull Sport for his first outing. And he's looking a lot quicker on them softs. He's looking like he's really enjoying himself now, actually, to be fair. Through the windies. Was that Porsche takes off slightly over that last little bump. Oh, and again. I think that was a section there that Vex was saying he was clenching his butt through, because it gets a bit sketchy. Oh, actually, Brian Moncani, he's managed to pass Vex, so not sure what happened with Vex. Then it does look like, yeah, he has got that 3-second penalty. So Vex did in fact cross the start-finish line. He crossed the pit line as well, same as Flash. That will be where they picked up that 3-second penalty. They don't give you a lot of room, to be fair, on the pit exit on the Nordschleife. Because you're not allowed to cross the white lines, and there's a very, very fine margin for you getting back on the track and obviously going deep into turn 1 and ending up having a meeting with Barrier. And now darkness is starting to fall at Nordschleife. I'm sure this will shake things up a little bit. We haven't seen any rain, so I'm sure the lads will be quite happy with that. And Vexed, yeah, looking like he's well and truly on the back foot now. I'm sure he's going to be wanting to forget this race. Always, he has a huge slide, and he has that meeting with Barrier himself. Everybody else has been meeting Barry tonight. He thought he'd pay him a visit himself. Picking up a tiny bit of damage. Just insult to injury. I'm sure Vet's going to be wanting to forget this outing. I know he thought he was he had his hedges bet on a top 3, as he was saying this was one of his favourite tracks, but looking like the Porsche's well and truly got the better of him tonight. Looking really quick in the first stages, but then it all seemed to fall apart again. That seems to have been the story for Vex all season. Toten still with the current fastest lap for 6 minutes 37.095. It's getting really dark out there now, isn't it? I'm sure these lads are going to be wanting to get this race over and done with fairly soon. I think they all deserve a beer after 50 minutes of the Nürburgring. It's still not too dark out there in some places, so visibility not too bad. Still no moisture appearing on track, so that's all well as well. Toten looking really fast on them mediums. Is there nothing that he can do? He's been absolutely phenomenal all season. What a brilliant drive from Gabby. Had some great battles with Jerry Smile, not Jerry Smile, sorry, with Wayne G, Too Fast for Yous, and he was also battling with Ice Chand in the first couple of rounds. Let's come around a mini carousel. Yeah, he's shown some absolutely great driving all season, always putting on a show every round. Absolutely running the limits of the track there. You saw, looked like he was going to dip a wheel onto the grass, but that's how accurate that guy is. Here comes Wayne G. Wayne G also very fast as well. Can he see Toten? Can you see Toten just up ahead? I think you can, but I think he is. I think Toten's just coming up to the bridge now. Wayne with a flash of lights just to let him know he's still there. I'm still trying to chase you down. Wayne's fastest lap was actually a 6:41.077, which is 4 seconds. I think it's 4 seconds slower than Toten's fastest. Which that is a huge pace advantage there that Toten's got. And as I say, that the Corvette's not even got the fastest top end speed. Perhaps it's got the advantage through the corners, like superior handling. Not sure. I know the Ferrari, Wayne's been saying all through the season, it's been really good. It's a good handling car. Struggles a bit with the top end. Rapid acceleration. He's not too far behind Toten, but he has got a little bit of work to do to catch up with him. Meanwhile, Skullsport's managed to make it out to 3rd place. I think Flash maybe had a bit of a moment, and Vex has managed to make it back up to 5th, so perhaps it's not all over for Vex just yet. Yeah, Skullsport looking like he's loving them softs. He's looking a lot more comfortable than he did on the medium stint, so finding his way up to 3rd place. If he can keep it there, that'll be a great first result for Skull. So yeah, Flash Maxi, you just saw him go around the corner there, but he's dropped a little way off. Oh, he nearly dipped a wheel onto the grass there. That nearly cost him. Skull has dipped a wheel off. Oh, and Flash has gone off in sympathy just before the Yokohama bridge. Doing his best to try and catch up to Skull, isn't he? I think he will do soon, because I think we've got Brian and Vex just having a spin there. I'm not sure where Brian's just gone. He was there and then he wasn't. Vex with all sorts of damage on his car now. Managing to not go deep through that turn. He's managed to make his way up to 5th position. If he doesn't have any more mistakes, then I think he'll keep it there, but it's not been his night tonight, has it? Car 187. Carney. So yeah, he's been putting them soft through their paces. I think he's reached that spot that Vex did where they start to feel a little bit slippery. I think he's had a couple of little mishaps. I think as we went on board with Vex a minute ago, we just saw him spin in the background. It's unlucky we missed it. He's got his indicator on as well. It's definitely right for that turn. Won't be for the one coming up though. Oh yeah, it will. Or perhaps he stopped to pick up a cabat. Oh! There again, as we see some strange shenanigans happening. Not quite sure what that was all about. As it looks like, oh, Vexter's had a big moment again. Massive plumes of smoke as he pulls away, starts to get that Porsche going. I'm guessing he just lost the rear end coming out of that turn. Oh, and Moncani has stopped. So I think he has. He's stopped to go and buy a kebab. I've seen him just jump out of the car. He's jumped to the side there. I think the marshals have just given him a ticket. He'll be paying that after the race. Toten. Less than 5 minutes left of this race now. Toten is still in first place. He's got a 0.5 second penalty, but that isn't going to slow him down too much. Wenny G's not going to be any trouble to him just yet. Yeah, amazingly consistent driving all season from Toten. As I say, he had a round or two where he was a little bit under the weather, and I don't think he finished as high as he'd like to, but it's not affected his championship efforts, and I'm pretty sure Toten is going to be declared your URL GT2 champion. It looks like the sun is starting to come up now as well, so track will be starting to warm up again slowly. Oh, we can see Wayne G there. Wayne G, a little flash of the lights. I'm still there, Toten. I'm still coming. Here he is, absolutely screaming that F430, 180 before he hits the bridge. Well, 182, 183, 184, 186 before he has to start braking. Wayne G having a really good season as well. He's been very strong in that F430. Doing the Ferrari boys proud. I'm not sure what happened to Palmer. I thought he was going to make it back as well. That was Wayne G's teammate in the other Ferrari. We saw Palmer have some really good races. He had some amazing overtakes at Monza. And there was some great battles. I think he was having some good battles at Autopolis as well. But yeah, it's a shame he couldn't make it for the final round. Shame the other lads couldn't make it for the final round too. As I say, it's just the way it goes sometimes. The next championship that will be starting, the next series will be starting on Friday night, will be the Alfa Romeo 1551 Series Cup. Not sure if it's 3 50-minute sprint races or an endurance series, but we will let you know nearer the time. If you have a look on the Ultimate Racing League Facebook page, you'll be able to find all the details there. It's Skull Sport. Oh, you can see the headlights are flash there as well, so Flash is starting to firmly catch up with him now. Skull Sport doing really well to make it up to third place though, so I think he's going to be open to stay there, but we've all seen how fast Flash can be in that Corvette as well, and the Corvette has been quite dominant in this series. think this might actually turn out to be the last lap, final lap, as we're slowly approaching the 50-minute mark. Looks like Skull Sport actually starting to pull away from Flash slightly. Although I think Flash, I think he seems to catch again through the corners. So yeah, this is our final lap. So Skull Sport's going to be doing all he can to try and keep Flash behind him. He's going to be having to start throwing some defensive shapes fairly soon. Flash is starting to catch up to the back of him. He's going to be in that slip now. Firmly drafting that Porsche in the Corvette. Or as he closes right up again. Very good on the brakes as well, seemingly, that Corvette. Which is not a characteristic that you generally associate with a big American sports car. We will in fact go on board with our race leaders shortly, so we can see them as they finish the race. Yeah, Flash all over the back of Skull Sport now. It's looking like he's trying to size up a move. He's firmly in that toe. Is he going to get it done? I don't think he's going to get it through here. He's going to have to stay behind him for the meantime. Not really a passing, not a place to pass through here. Some flames popping from them exhaust tailpipes of that Porsche there. As it looked like he had to shift down a gear. Going to be hard braking here. Approach to the carousel. Oh, Skull Sport with a big moment. That's going to let Flash through. He's managed to take it. Flash has gone through. He's taken that position off of Skull Sport. Skull Sport's still there right with him though. Tiny error from Skull Sport. Managed to let Flash get through. Flash is going to be trying to look to pull away now, but his cab full of them Porsche headlights at the moment. Oh, as he has a big moment himself. I think he's going to have that meet. Is he going to have that meet with the barrier? No, he's managed to keep it. He's still ahead at the moment. He's all over now with Skull Sport. So looks like this is the closest battle at the moment. Battle for third. And it is really starting to heat up, isn't it? Flash has got his cab full of them headlights again. Rear view full of that Porsche. Skull Sport doing all he can to try and get past him. We'll go on board with Skull Sport. Who's got the momentum? Who's going to be able to get past? Flash with a big moment there. Skull Sport looking like he has got the advantage on that softer compound of rubber. Dropping off the back slightly, but he seems to keep gaining. That looked like that was a critical moment. That might have been a defining moment there. I think all Skull needs to do now is actually just stay on the back of Flash, wait until that start-finish line. We all know how quick that Porsche is in a straight line. I think he may manage to get back past him. We are going to have to go on board though with our race leader. Hopefully we will get to see the finale of that little battle there. We may just see it happen. There is a yellow flag. I'm not sure what the yellow flag's about. No, I've just spotted it. So that is, in fact, Brian Moncani. So Toten takes first place. He is your race winner, and I think he is your champion. Here is Wayne G. Wayne G takes second place, and I think he is actually taking second place in the championship. Flash Mexi So yeah, Skull Sport not quite managing to get past Flash yet. This video is going to be slightly longer than anticipated, but hopefully I'll manage to get it all in. So yeah, Flash managing to hold on to that third position. Good result there though for Skull Sport for his first outing, 4th place. And Vexed. Well, we can't really say too much about Vexed, as I say. Crazy start to the season as he gets a little bit out of shape over that turn there. That was the one that he said it scared him quite a bit. Yeah, good start to the, well, good qualifying, and then seemed to go to pot during the race. But anyway, this has been your final round of the Ultimate Racing League GT2 Endurance Championship. This has been the Ultimate Racing League. I've been your boy Vexed, and hopefully you'll join us for the next series of races. As I say, the BTCC is now finished, so that will not resume again until January, and the Sylvia series is due to come to a close soon. I believe there's only 2 or 3 rounds left of that. So here we go. Here's Vexed finishing in 5th. Brian Moncani is 6th. And that was your final round from the Ultimate Racing League GT2 Endurance Series. I hope you'll catch me again. I've been your boy Vexed, and we'll see you next time.